HD format was undeniable, and but the price tag, what do you say? Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
$599 US. Everybody remembers that.
Yeah.
So and I don't
Creator.
and he the reason why he takes from this he says that if Sony was so such huge in gaming and they're so experienced in gaming, then why didn't they be so successful with the PS3?
That's true, yeah.
And that
Now that they have competition, with
uh
Nintendo and Microsoft.
now that they have strong competition, which is Microsoft and Nintendo, they really can't keep
Mm.
up. And this is on the side of a side of a company. This is talking about the companies, not really us gamers or at all. This is talking about how the companies operate and show this he really did show a good reason, gave good reason that Sony is not really doesn't really know that much about the industry, really.
Yeah.
And I believed him. I agree with him 100%. He supported his argument pretty well. I wouldn't say he overthought it.
Which actually, which actually kind of surprised me. Well, it kind of made me thought and surprised me because I always saw Sony as one of kind of like Sony is the Sega of today. It's kind of like along with Nintendo and Sony, they're already the only ones you can trust from what I can see from game. But then when I thought about what he said and when I actually looked back at what happened, now that I think about it, it's just more luck. Really, they got really really lucky with how they started. I mean, yeah, their advertising campaign was brilliant. The fact that they used CDs as opposed to cartridges, and the fact they used DVDs was great. But like you said, now that they actually have real competition with Nintendo focusing more on gameplay than graphics, and focusing more on a broader audience, the casual, quote unquote casual gamers, the grandmothers, parents, stuff like that, and Xbox, doing what they do best, which is shooter after shooter, appealing to the frat boy crowd. So that they actually seem to be struggling. So that it is what it is basically.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he talked about how the dual. No, it wasn't a dual shock. It was called the six axis at first, right?
Yeah, there
Then it
was
was
no
then it was called
rumble
the
in the
dual.
first.
Then it was called the DualShock 3.
Yeah, because look, this controller is awesome. I recently got a DualShock 3. It's awesome because it's sturdy, it rumbles most importantly,
Hmm.
and it's just awesome. But the controller that I used to have was flimsy and it had no rumble in it. So that doesn't make any sense. Why would you have no rumble in your controller when rumble's been around for like God knows how long?
Just
It's
like
retarded.
just like TGO said, he said the gamers were pissed. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really care too much for Rumble. I mean, but it does make a difference. To tell you the truth.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't make any sense though not to have it though. I mean, if you
Yeah, I
think about
mean,
it.
when you have it for so long, all of a
Yeah.
sudden it doesn't have it just because they tacked on the six axis motion control because of
Last
who.
second of that.
Because why did they put a motion control on on that
Well,
controller? It was
all right.
only it was it was only because of Nintendo. It has to be.
It was. If you want proof of this,
Mm.
right after Nintendo did their conference, Sony mentioned the whole six-axis controller, and I remember back in like I think it was 2007, and I just thought, wow, that's ridiculous. Why they would, it doesn't really need it. It doesn't even use it in most games, to be fair.
Mm. So yeah, but this is not putting down Sony or anything. This is just what this is. These are facts. Actually, these are actual facts. These
It's
are
just
what.
it is what it is. Really.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't think I don't think it's deniable tell you the truth. I mean, if you're gonna be stubborn about it, like some Sony fanboys, but if you're gonna be stubborn about it, you're just stubborn about it and ignorant to what is there.
To be fair though, it's not as if we hate Sony because we both have PS3s. I have a PS1 as well as a PS2, and we buy Sony consoles and Sony brands and Sony games and whatnot.
Mm.
So it doesn't mean that we hate Sony. It just means that maybe Sony isn't what everyone thinks it is. Maybe it's not that massive underdog that everyone thought he was. That it was.
But I still stand by the notion that I make that Nintendo is the only game company out there. Everybody else
Mm,
is everybody else has just wanted to get into this industry.
that's
They,
true. That's actually true. Yeah.
actually, I think a little competition ain't too bad. A little healthy competition is pretty neat for the
Oh,
industry.
of course, yeah.
I mean,
And
I
it means we get good games as well because each one of them wants to,
one up
um,
each other.
huh?
Well, everybody
Each,
wants to one up each other, do better than the other.
hmm
So I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, Karen, watch that video. It's awesome as well as watch his other videos. I mean, he does like a character analysis of Bayonetta. He does like a talk about the motion wars, as it were. With Kinect, Move, and the Wii, of course. And he does so many other videos, and they're non-biased. Although to be fair, though, he's kind of like me in a way. He prefers the more retro kind of games, like for example,
Mm.
like actually, it's kind of like you as well, because I'd much rather see New Super Mario Bros. Than Modern Warfare 2, for example. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, yeah, it is what it is.
Another thing about let's see, about the motion controls. I took a trip a couple days ago. I took a trip to GameStop. After Taekwondo training, I went to GameStop and say, I'll look
Oh, yeah,
around.
you told me this.
I'll look around, and I was gonna ask him. I was asking him about the move package. I mean, how much it costs and what's in it, and so. And after him telling me, I made the final conclusion that I'm probably not gonna get it anytime soon. So, uh, and I asked him how are the pre-orders on it, and these guys tell me everything. Like I'm
They
work like I
they-
work there or something. But he's telling me the pre-orders. He said we only got one pre-order on the move. But but this is the funny thing. I said how are the pre-orders on the Kinect? He said 15. 15 people are pre-ordering that thing. That thing is $150 and they're pre-ordering that thing. I was like, wow. I
I'm
thought
sure
they,
one guy who's pre-ordering the move. You should imagine like on midnight launch, just sitting out there by himself, just like in
I
his
doubt
tent.
it. I thought it was gonna have a midline launch, but it was kind of funny. It was gave me a little chuckle. I was like, really? Looks like people in Alabama are going for the Connect instead of the Move. I thought people would be going for the Move,
Yeah, that's what
which actually, well, I don't know. Move has a lot of parts to it, so it may cost more. I mean, Connect is just that
Like you
camera.
said, it costs $200 to like play the boxing game. So I don't know, because you got to buy the two ones, and you got to buy the navigational thing, and then just in case if you want
Yeah.
want to play multiplayer, like I said, you got to two of each, and I don't
Well,
know.
they told me like you don't have to use the navigation. Still use the DualShock 3. I said, well, that's not ergonomic. So, I
Wait, you
mean,
can like use a DualShock 3 like this to punch?
I guess.
What? What's the point then? Isn't the thing supposed to be like a stick with like? All right, I don't have my Wiimote, but is it supposed to be like a remote with a ball at the end that like senses the light, which it like looks at the light and yeah, there you go. It looks off of it and it judges the distance. I don't understand what. Why would you use a DualShock 3 controller for that?
He told me that the navigation has the same kind of motion sensors that the nunchuck has. It just senses motion, so you can use that like a punching hand, I guess.
Um,
I thought it requires two move controllers.
I have no idea to be honest.
Oh well, it's a confusing little device, but yeah,
Like I said, pretty much everyone who wants that kind of thing has a Wii. I have a Wii, so I don't really honestly think that there's a point. To be honest,
well, there's
like
my excuse is there are way too many games coming out right now for me to buy any kind of controller that costs over $100. So
yeah,
I'm not touching that. I mean,
yeah.
even though the controls come with a game, they just look like Wii clones. So I'm not gonna even bother with it. Too many Wii games coming out. Too many PS3 games coming out. Too many PC games coming out. And I can't, I'm not gonna even, and DS games too. I'm gonna be wallet raped, and I don't even have a job.
I like you said, there's really no money for this kind of thing. Yes.
I'm getting really close to getting a job at GameStop. Maybe during the holidays.
Well,
But that's our video. Everybody take a look at that video. It's pretty neat. The game and the rest of the game overthinker video. I'm gonna take a look at them now.
yeah, they're really take a good look at them.
All right,
Yeah,
Spark and Bear.
peace.
Everybody take care. Bye.
There's